is fact.
How's it going,
it's
YouTubers?
important.
So, Papa Disaster is back again, man. So I've not been able to let these things go, to the extent where I'm actually just nuts. I'm just becoming out a nutball. But then I started watching this video about a guy that's been doing stuff for years, Secure Team 10. He's also a local Ohioan, and seeing the things that he's seen and the videos that he's posted, that these like TRB3 things like that, they're real. But he says one of the guys on here says that, oh, so you really think I'm that batshit crazy that I'm filming my hallucinations? Now, I haven't filmed anything that I've seen. I've gotten pictures of some stuff. I'm not hallucinating this scar over top of this vein. I didn't hallucinate the things that happened in the hospital. I'm not hallucinating 520 pages of medical records. I'm not hallucinating the things that family and friends have done and said while being after this accident. I didn't hallucinate the fact that the voice that I had heard was very clear. I didn't hallucinate the fact that this kid got out of our vehicle, or the fact that I couldn't do anything about it. Kind of like that when they say they got that witch on their stomach, or the witch on the sleeping. What is that? That sleeping disorder, not a disorder, but it happens. There was a point in time when I first got out of the service. We were up in a very small town, and I had that black shadow figure block the light out of my bedroom, and my wife had seen it at the time as well. And I couldn't move. Sleep paralysis. I'd sleep, and it happened. There were things in the house that would move. My wife had witnessed it. That would hide, like, I want to say hide stuff, but just things that were misplaced. And it happened often, but never really put any credence to it. That was also during the time that they had me highly medicated on Oxycontin from surgeries that they had performed while I was in Fort Stewart and Fort Gordon. The things that I can't remember become frustrating, and it's come down to what I do remember, and what I end up finding when I go through looking through old papers and stuff. But there's just a fine line. It's right on this line, and I know the things that took place. And I definitely know the things that have happened since this accident in Pennsylvania. Nothing was normal about it. The whole coming back to this place and the reaction of people, the being paraded around my where I was back here. It's not necessarily my hometown, but being paraded around by someone that was a friend, and then calling that out. Calling it out when you're in that kind of an accident. You're in the hospital for 6 days, which I will get to that, but you don't. I wouldn't have driven my friend around and made them go look at things. Like, look at this, look what I bought here, look what I did to this. It's very similar to the entities that people describe, and what I've seen. Look at this, look at this, look at this. When you've taken DMT or mushrooms, and I've again gotten to those points, but not necessarily full blown into it. I was always able to see the stuff moving around and talk to things to some degree. And I know the difference. That's it. Plain and simple. If you have a beer and you have a couple beers, and then the buzz that you get, you understand that. You remember that. You know that. If you smoke a joint, you know the buzz you get, and you remember that. You know that. With the mushrooms, I know what that buzz is, and I get it, and I know that. Now, when I was in the hospital, these things took place, but it's carried outside to here. Now, the crows crowing, the horns honking, the distractions, those started long before DC. And I'm starting to backtrack these things and get this put together, the clearer I get my mind. And the more people that keep offering, trying to get you to drink, trying to get you to do the drugs with them, man, it's starting to piss me off. It's becoming not even a pissing me off. It's that I want to know more now so bad that I cannot focus on anything else. except maybe making videos. There's these threats, they're idle threats. And I've been patriotic. I guess there's a video that my friend says I sent, not my friend, that I sent, where I know the things that I was seeing the day before the accident, the smirks on faces, and I've watched now enough videos where this has taken place. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, except now I know I'm the last one standing, which is a weird thing, but there's more to it, and I'm sorting it out. And I do go to court on the 21st after I'm fighting a DUI. They said I was under the influence, and I was not under the influence. If I was under the influence of anything, it would have been some kind of electronic device. I know that. Anybody that does know me back there, I'm already dead, but anybody that does know me, I've never had anything to do with suicidal thoughts or suicidal or wanting to harm other people. I mean, other than the whole, I'm gonna kick your ass, that kind of thing, normal shit, not anything harmful. And that back there where I came from was definitely, I want to see the video where I ran out in front of the semi. There is something inside of me that says that, I jumped out of that car and run. And as I'm trying to process it, I couldn't believe I was hearing it at the same time that it was taking place. And it's not the mushroom thing. Never has it happened before. I take it back. Down in the Keys, I was very upset that somebody was wronging a lot of people. And I heard the voice, just stay on the path, stay on the path. Stay on the path. And it was the same kind of deal, just like that guiding, whatever, guides, angels, whatever it might be, whatever you want to call it, aliens, creators. Right now, there is definitely a war in this country. There's a war for consciousness. There's a war for evil. It's just a war for everything. Be greedy, fuck your neighbor, and it's getting old. It really is getting old. And I got myself dropped right into the middle of it. And finding out and discovering, I guess, what the pineal gland and what consciousness does, epileptics and their seizures. And then I made some videos about it, and I really, head first, no helmet. And the next thing you know, I'm dead. Legit dead. People that have mourned me, I went to my own funeral. These aren't hallucinations. It's not hallucinations. These people cry around me now, and that's not a hallucination. This is stuff that in text and movies has all been described before. What bothers me about it is that it was made to look like a suicide. The paperwork from this fake-ass ticket says there's Jews in the car behind him. Well, Julie and I call each other Wolf and Loaf and Jew. The fact that the racist associated with family and the German background, and the place that this took place was next to one of these the German Nazi Bell crashes in this area. I know it gets out there, but I'm not out there. I'm a rational individual and pretty logical, and I don't have a tumor, and there's no dead spots in my brain. This is not anything that somebody wants to stick on it in some kind of psychosis type way. I've just had enough. I've had enough. And I've sobered up from the dumb shit that they had given me. I've sobered up from the... I've been sober for a long time. And then I tried to help other people get sober. And that kind of fucked me up because I did it in a way that someone can say, oh, and you weren't enjoying it. Well, it's easier when you care for someone to help them and them to react to you helping them. And none of them can say that, well, he did stop. He did stop, and then we just kept going. And that right there shows you, that tells you that what I was doing was effective for helping. But at the same time, it backfired. I had this last one backfired. It backfired. And it bit me in the ass, and it got me killed. Now, here in this, whatever this is, they're going to, you don't know. I'm stating all of this, and only certain groups of people are going to understand it. But for the ones that think they know me or think they know what I'm made of, they're not. And those that put that in and have read my memories and my consciousness, they know damn well who they're dealing with. And that's not me being a badass. I'm not. I had a friend tell me, he goes, when have you ever punished anybody? And I was like, shit, you're right, you know. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm pretty upset about stuff. I'm pretty upset about like false promises of it. But then is that my hell for me constantly trying to overbook myself, overdo myself, and trying to help everybody and then end up screwing somebody over? And I've done it. I've done that. I owe money. I've screwed people over by overbooking myself, trying to rob Paul to pay Peter, however the hell that goes, you know? But I'm also somehow stupidly being punished because of somebody that has money and control, or has influence and knows people. And that's some bullshit. I want to stomp that into the ground. I want to crush that. I want to crush that influence. I want to crush that person or those people, that type of person's ability to do these type of things. I want to crush that and destroy it and not allow that to happen to those that cannot defend themselves from this. And that's what's happening. If I get murked again, at least there'll be a video. I had another guy tell me, write stuff down and hide it so that they can, well, we're going this route first because I got to get this stuff off my chest that this is happening. This is happening. I will continue with all of this, and I'm going to try to do it in several different ways and try to make some money off of this because it's all consuming. It's all consuming. And I'm not begging for any money. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just saying, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I am begging for the subscribers. I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize it, and then just let the cards fall where they lie, you know, or however that phrase goes. But right now, I'm starting to come back around to understand that this has got to stop. I mean, the things that are happening right now, I gave myself, I thought, to the right side. I gave myself to the right cause. I felt. And now there's just so many things that are taking place that somebody's going to try to say something. I had an OnlyFans. My wife and I did really stupid shit while intoxicated, while on shitty drugs, while being drunk. We said things we didn't mean. There's a video for all of it out there that somebody's going to come and go, oh my God, look at this. This is what he really is. And it's not. It's not. From this day forward, I will be posting everything I can to try to stop that type of shit from happening. You know, that dipshit, if he'd have just said, yeah, I got a P tape, I paid good money for that, would have changed the game. Would have changed the game. I'm telling you right now, anybody shows up with some dumb shit, yep, that was before this date. That was before 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Before 2 years ago, nothing. During this 2-year period that I'll be discussing over the coming months. Yep. First year of it, some shady shit going on. Some shady shit. And now I've kind of started to understand it. I don't know exactly how to go about it, but I understand I understand more than what I did. And in the meantime, I want to try to stay alive this time. Try to stay alive, try to push more buttons. I guess since you don't want to let me in the club, it's time to kick the doors into the club or get kicked out completely, right? I mean, hell, I gave you my choice. You don't want it. You don't want it. Safe travels, everybody. And please like, subscribe, share with a friend, because this story does have ups and downs and possibly help someone that's been in the same spot that didn't quite make it this far, or actually went nuts and did something horrible. Because that is the other side of this, and people just don't know it. Safe travels, everybody. Peace.